Hello, everyone. Can you believe we're in the middle of September 2025? Hello, world. My name is Jason Schwartz. I'm your host here at the Neutral Zone. Maui Neutral Zone. That's a new one. We're going to be
nice.
That's coming up. But we're at MauiNeutralZone.com. We're at KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui, this beautiful studio. We're simulcast on Akaku, Maui Community Media, Channel 55 and more. And on your phones, Maui Stream, 3 television stations and a radio station. And you can find us if you put youtube.com/@DreamMaui and the number 1, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of videos, and you'll say, that doesn't look like you. That's 25 years ago. We have a real archive there that goes for a long time and sees Maui in its younger days. I was going to say when Mike Molina had hair. I like to pick on Mike Molina. He's been around so long doing good things. He's a teacher. He's still good. And he really grew into himself, and I always wondered. Someone came to me yesterday and said, use rosemary oil on your head and the scalp, and it will grow back your hair.
I'm not even worried about it.
You guys that are radio ears, you know that's Scott R Bushnell.
You betcha.
Our co-host. When he's in the field and he's had too much hay or too much whatever, he calls in and says, hey. See what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I said, hey. See, you were thinking something different, but you were saying, hey, I have some time. I got some things I want to say. Welcome to our show, Scott.
Aloha.
Happy to be here with you.
Good to see you again. I hadn't seen you in a while.
Well, you know what happens. If you hear my stories, you'll say, oh, my God.
No, Jason, you're always somewhere out there, you know.
I'm helping something.
You loop around. We all loop around. We have a wonderful format discussions.
You're looking good?
Yeah, thank you.
This you mean, yeah.
It's a perfect, we ask questions and go, okay, well, what's the right answer? If we don't have an answer, then,
If we don't have an answer, it isn't Hollywood.
It's not Hollywood.
It means they always have the answer.
They do.
They start from the end and they work backward.
They make up stuff and just kind of bring it forward.
Well, it's really interesting to see these plots that they build. They're so long into the 8th season.
Of what now? What are we talking about?
I'm just making an example. Like there's a show called Blacklist. I'm on season number 1.
Okay, that's.
But there are 8, 9, or 12 seasons. That's 100-something shows. So you have to start by a big concept, realizing that you're going to have to create filler. Like when I watch the comedy stuff, and I see years and years, you have to have a character, but how do you keep it fresh and new?
Yeah, it's amazing. We were back on the mainland, and Andrew's dad says, "Oh, there's a show, Murdoch Mysteries. It's started 20 years ago. It's a Canadian series. It's about a detective back in 1908, and they do it. Period is perfect. They have the clothes, they have the culture, they have this detective that's a Catholic who's getting prejudiced against, not getting promoted, but he's brilliant. It just goes through the whole concept of what's going on in Quebec back in the early 1904, 1905, and it's so fun. It is just
Is it murder mystery style?
It's a little bit, yes. He's married to the coroner, and she's a woman doctor, which is something that was unheard of back then. And they're going through a lot of the stereotypes. They're going through the young Teddy Roosevelt hunter who is coming to Canada to hunt. And the story goes all over the place. And we're talking about 40 episodes a season and 24 seasons. We're talking about these people
40 episodes
The
season.
two of the guys that are in there, the same age as I am, and I'm just watching them age through this series, and I'm like, this is, I guess, yeah, they got makeup, but yeah.
No, but I mean,
it's
takes
fun.
a lot.
A lot. I mean, everything from
it's like remember the old days, Dick Van Dyke Show. Okay, we get the guys in the room. Okay, we got to have a show for Sunday. Or
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
One of those quick
Improv.
demand.
Yeah.
They got to deliver new, fresh stuff. Or
Impressive.
I think of my friend Chuck, Chuck, you're still my friend. I haven't seen you in 40 years, but
there you
you're
go.
still my friend. Chuck Lorre, and the way he keeps cranking out
Yeah.
series, and I can see in the humor, he's got that same inner thing. He just puts out, and he's just knocking it out of the park.
And it works. He has a team. Everybody that does this has an amazing team. Yeah.
So what's been in your life? I can see you're taking care of yourself. And looking good.
Yeah. I'm still slowly cutting weight, feeling good. I got my miles in this morning. It was really fun. Bequia Avenue, the one going through Kihei, is finally open again, and it's so beautiful. They put beautiful street lights up. The sidewalks are wonderful.
Between Safeway Center and the Long Center?
Yeah.
It's open now.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Oh. They've landscaped it. They've put in. It's going to be amazing. Makes you want to
walk.
It makes you want to walk.
Makes you want to walk. Center.
Yeah. My son came, and he's living here. My son Brian. He was living in New Mexico, and he said, Dad, I just got to get a change of pace. Got here, and about 2 weeks ago, he got hired by Hawaiian Airlines. He starts in a week and a half, and you know what? Senior citizen parents fly free.
Do you know any of them? I know.
It's going to be something else.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm not sure the whole thing.
No, but just saying that slowly even still worked.
It does.
Senior citizen
parents fly free. I don't know if it's once a year or if it's whatever.
Whatever parameters.
Yeah.
That's all nice.
I've
been to the mainland since 2007 January.
Wow.
So where are we? Quite a while.
A long time. I've just passed that mark. So it's like I'm finally there is no not senior citizen after 65. Yeah.
Welcome to the club, young man.
I know. But walking. So I have seen walking on my path, which goes from Andrews Base Station, and I walk all the way back. I have seen Larry Bird. I've seen Kevin McHale. And the other day at 7:15 in the morning, I'm walking by the skate park like I do. I look over and I'm going, that guy's really good. And so I kind of stopped and I went, he's kind of old.
He's skating guy?
Yeah, he's like doing this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Tony Hawk.
Help me. Who's Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk is the most world famous skateboarder of history. He's 57 years old and he's still airborne on his skateboard doing tricks.
Wow.
Yeah. And I stopped and I went, he came down, he's kind of coming towards me and I go, you're Tony Hawk. And he goes, yeah, I am. And we talked. He was the nicest guy on the planet. Early in the morning, nobody around, and I'm like, I got a selfie with him. That was really cool. I wanted to do that with Larry Bird and some of the basketball guys.
He's just visiting?
I don't know. I guess from some of my family over at Parents and Children Together, they say they see him all the time. So I guess he kind of likes Maui. What's not to like?
What's not to like?
Yes.
Half of my life. Did you know? I can't believe that. 37 years I've been in Maui.
Yeah.
I've been talking this same rap.
It's great.
How do you label me? Green? Republican?
No, you're Jason.
Right?
You're Jason.
What are we doing with the national politics? What's the craziness going on now, Scott?
Well, you know what? There's something that I have been researching. We're going to leave Mr. Kirk aside for right now. That's a very large subject.
Yeah.
But I have been doing this research. You know, I'm kind of a behavioralist. I teach people to swim. I turn their fears to fun. That's my thing that I've been doing for decades. But I've been researching this biochemical that happens in the brain called GABA, and that's just the abbreviation for a very long term about a chemical process that happens in the brain. They have realized that GABA levels in an epileptic person, when they're having a seizure, change drastically. Okay, so now they have created a microchip. I set aside that one, but they've created medicines now that can change GABA levels so that people who have seizures or that they can calm those. And basically, what we're talking about here is this GABA. This GABA is like if you had a radio and it was tuned to every station all at once. Bam! That's like the seizure in the brain that's causing, or that's what's going on in the brain when you have that seizure. So this GABA, which we're learning to manipulate, but what the interesting thing is, they have tested monks in Tibet, and they've tested people, great Sufis, and they're finding out that when they go into a meditative state, they lower their GABA so they can become in touch with the world around them, and it gets them spiritual, and it brings them a spiritual high, which makes sense when you meditate and you center yourself and you pray, or whatever your form of relaxation is, that you become more in touch with the world around you. Now let's make this frightening. So
the edge of that, I can hear someone wants to do something with that pill.
Somebody has.
Who's that?
So if you talk about this radio station, playing all these stations in your head, they have been able to narrow that down and make you focus on one station. What kind of technology and do they use in medicine for that? rDNA.
I was just going to say, sounds like the COVID thing.
rDNA.
Where my doctor, because I had a heart thing, they said, you should regulate your own. If someone else is focusing on one, they're letting everything else through. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this rDNA research, which was, we're not talking about COVID at all.
No, but it's same mechanism.
Same mechanism, but
the rDNA.
It actually lets your brain let certain radio stations through, and other ones not.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk about COVID. I'm not talking about mass media or anything. But if they have the ability to do that and help epileptic people, help people with impulsive disorders, help people who are serial killers, serial rapists, I work at the jail too. If this rDNA allows them to, this research is shattering. Just shattering, and I'm reading about this. And
but where's it being used nefariously, or could it go?
Well, you leave it to our government. Who knows? But
do we consider just that usage an invasion? Has anyone looked at that yet?
I think if what you put in your body is what you put in your body. Nobody should tell you what you can put in your body.
So that has been discussed.
No, this is groundbreaking. This, I guess, has been around a while. But the research papers that I'm reading that are
confirming what's been around a while.
that they're really able to, with an rDNA, be able to complexly change what you listen to and what you hear, and that's the way a brain is firing.
Ooh.
We're on the edge of something that I'm trying to wrap my brain around.
It's a dangerous thing to feel like could be controlled.
Yeah.
And how it can be incorporated into, I don't like to think nefariously.
I don't want to either, Jason. They're trying to help people with epilepsy, and they've come across this
now with RFK and the thing about vaccines.
Yeah.
Everything's lumped into one pile, and all the accusations back and forth. It's ugly.
It is, but I think it's your body, it's your choice. Those words don't come out of my mouth very often, but as far as getting whatever you put in.
You've heard these things going on about the vaccine. You have any kind of feeling? I mean, I know you know RFK a long time.
I know. I follow Bobby for forever. I love his work in the environment. I know he does not speak lightly without heavily researching things.
Right.
And I don't believe the government should ever tell you what to do with your body, ever. You know, and the whole thing that went on this last 6 years, I found it repulsive. You know, I have family that don't want their kids to get certain vaccines to go to school and have homeschooled. I respect that. I really questioned it for a long time, and now those kids are grown up and healthy and fine. But at the time, I was like, no, you're supposed to do exactly this, this, and this. And I never questioned that. Nobody ever did. When you got your polio vaccine and you did all that.
I remember as a kid.
Yeah. Nobody questioned that, even though a lot of kids got really sick. That was kind of before us.
And you've heard, and I've heard probably, projections of long-term COVID.
Yeah.
And the definition of long-term, the discoveries that they have about long-term effects on many things.
Do you remember when I was coming in about 2 years ago and I said, I don't know what to do. I've lost 21 friends to myocarditis who were healthy swimmers, athletes. One of my friends that used to ride up and down the crater. And now that is a side effect of the vaccine that nobody heard about. Now we know that every school shooter has been on psychotropic drugs to help with depression or anxiety or all that. And if you look at the pill bottles and you read the warnings, homicidal behavior, suicidal behavior are all on these medications that we're giving our kids because we don't want to spend enough time with them to help them, you know. You give them a pill, send them on their way. That's got to stop.
Well, our whole society has created that.
Oh yeah,
by the whole nature of how society is.
It has. I take a pill, fix it. Take a pill, lose weight.
We're all too busy to spend the time to do.
We were. I totally was.
But here we are now. We who live in Maui know that if we budget into our lives the time to appreciate a beautiful sunset.
Oh yeah.
An incredible.
Did you see the picture I posted the other day? I was up on Haleakala. We went up because it was the full moon, blood moon rising. Incredible. But before that, we were getting like light rain showers, and I'm standing on the edge of the crater. And I've got to show you this picture.
Oh, okay.
There was it's called a broken rainbow effect, and I saw my shadow in the center of a rainbow.
Your shadow, really?
Yeah. So that was from the top of the crater, looking down in the crater. I wish you guys could see this.
Oh, yeah. Well, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Send me a snap of that. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
It looks like Jesus is standing
Oh, I
up
know.
there on the
Yeah.
top. It's like you're looking down, and there's a reflection of a man with his...
Yeah.
That is extraordinary.
Yeah, and I even took a video, and you can see me wave. I'm just like, and I'm going, and then I posted it, and then one of my friends, Sherry, who's this beautiful spiritual woman, said, oh, that's called the broken rainbow effect. And I went, oh, you can kind of see it from airplanes now and then. But the weird part was I have family that are going through some health issues right now. So I'm up there, Andrew's chilling in the car, and I'm sitting there and I'm praying and I'm in a meditative state. Okay, I love being on Haleakala. And I opened my eyes, and that's what I saw. And I was like, oh. And then I'm looking around at people. There's a couple. Are you seeing this?
They are too.
They are too. And I'm like, they're like, oh my God! And the whole family came over, and they're all in. They took a picture with the whole family inside the rainbow. They were from Michigan or somewhere, but I was like,
what a nice.
I was like, oh my God! I'm not the only one seeing this. This is so cool. Maui is magic. It really is.
You've been here a long time too.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you who aren't here, you're welcome here. You're welcome to buy here as long as you contribute to who and what we have here. If not, you're going to find a lot of people who say, why are you coming here? You're going to exploit us? And then the people say, well, we're not exploiting you. You guys,
we're paying your taxes. We're paying your taxes.
Fortune of money to everybody.
Yeah.
The trickle down, I've heard that thing. You know, I still don't think that the trickle down should have to come the way it should be coming from people wanting to give.
This debate started in 1996, when Congress decided, I believe it was 96, I could be wrong, when they decided they were no longer going to support the sugarcane industry. And those subsidies, because it costs more to grow sugarcane in the islands than it does in Bolivia or down in South America or wherever they grow it. And so all of a sudden the sugarcane industry was hemorrhaging money. And the leadership at the time were like, we're going to have to transfer into a vacation resort economy. And anybody knows, I was a very young child growing up on the Oregon coast when the lumber mills were closing. The salmon industry was being so overregulated that people couldn't fish for a living. And I watched 85% unemployment in the little town of Garibaldi, and watch families just devastated. And tourism doesn't pay. There's a small margin, and people that even have vacation rentals here. And I had a lady in swim lessons the other day, and her vacation rental that they're afraid they're going to have to sell it because they're not getting the people coming to the west side really at all. It's really slowed down.
Depends who you speak to, but yeah, slow down dramatically.
Yeah,
way more than the numbers I'm hearing.
Yeah, and she's saying it's half what it was before the fire, and she said half, pays the $2,500 a month association fee. Choke, gag.
Right, it cuts into their money.
Yeah, and they're not making money. They were always happy to break even.
And when you start an investment and someone says, we're going to change the rules in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
It is really a
devastating.
It's very painful. I don't know. Right, devastating.
Yeah.
Well, I had that happen to me. I don't want to tell my story for the billionth time. That's why I'm an old poor man.
Yeah.
Because someone pulled a rug out from under me.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I met a lady when I went over to a condo for some lessons with a beautiful family over there. And I sat with the lady in a pool, and she says, I retired here. I bought the condo next door to me in she's quite elderly. She bought it in like the early 90s, and that was her income. She had the second vacation rental. She lived next door. She took care of it. And she says, Scott, my Social Security doesn't even cover the association fee. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, she was honestly, she's old, not as old as you, but older. And I'm like, I don't
old, not as old as me.
No, not that old. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
All your new parts, you're brand new.
I'm a Scott Bushnell, Scott R Bushnell.
Yeah.
If you see a sign that says R.I.P., that was me.
Yeah, rest in peace.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm not old. But anyway, what happened to this poor girl?
Well, she was so devastated because they were talking about taking away. Yep, woman. Taking away her ability to use that as a rental, even though it had been a rental for decades.
Can't she sell it and make a zillion?
She doesn't want to. She
too
loves
bad, so sad.
Yeah, take away something that she.
Now
and there's
she'll
a
be able
lot
to
of
pay
people.
it by the year. She'll be able to pay the next decade, and she'll never have to look at it
but
again.
she's frightened.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The whole world is frightening.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back national only because I figure.
Yeah.
That, I had, in fact. People come in all the time, but people came to me today here in the studio and said, I hope you're going to talk about what's going on in the country at a larger scale. Why are we fighting?
3 million people showed up in the UK to go. We're tired of this
One of my
crap.
guests is going to go to Charlie Kirk's funeral. Whether or not there's going to be, whether or not you can even get close.
Yeah, even get close.
Millions of people are going to be there.
Jason, he had a format to go to the places where nobody agreed with him. I've done that.
I love that So to me,
Yeah.
that is someone I respect.
Yeah.
I don't remember or have ever really heard about him. Everyone said, "Oh yeah."
I've been following him for 8 years.
Right. So
his format is brilliant. Go where people hate you and just have a conversation.
Well, isn't that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Why when you only talk to people that agree with you?
What
does that prove?
No, it just reinforces your neurons. That doesn't help.
But when he goes there and someone shoots him, I don't think when someone then declares that as a political Democrat thing and blames it on Democrats.
It's murder.
I'm
it's an
horrified
assassination. It's not since Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy.
But I don't think that there is a political party tie.
No.
No. And I keep hearing it, and I don't know.
That's just they're selling
soap. Does that make you a rhino if you're a Republican?
No,
and
rhinos
you
are
believe
useless.
That it isn't this conspiracy. Are you going to be thrown out of government or someone? You've heard all these things. I'm sure we.
No, I don't believe this. This is just what happens when you sit in your basement and. The algorithm the other day, I put fresh brakes on my Subaru. Andrew and I did that Sunday afternoon. Somehow on my phone the other day, a brake tool shows up on an ad. And I'm going, where in the heck did that come from? I didn't Google anything about my brakes. I got my parts.
Makes you know that someone's
listening
reading.
to us. Yeah. And I was like, what is going on? So, again,
go ahead.
Back in about 2003, 2004, the media industry, social industry realized that the algorithm that made them more money was when you triggered people's anger neurons versus triggering their pleasure neurons. And so they created these algorithms, and we know they're there, they exist. And so what you watch is what you get more of. What you don't watch, you don't get more of. And now I'm going to go back to that RDNA, because who knows where that's been for the last 15 years. So when you're watching that, is that new RDNA that it could be in medications or whatever, triggering more and more response? It's like that clickbait, that whole genre of watching and watching and watching. I watched a whole family on the beach the other day. I'm walking by them. Jason, it was beautiful. Low tide, crystal clear water. I walked by a family. There's 4 teenagers, 2 preteens, mom and dad.
On a beach in Maui.
Yeah, on their phones. Not photographing it, but they're sitting, and I'm watching them from quite a distance. I cut in at Veterans, the VA, and I'm walking there, and by the time I curved around the corner, I'm looking down towards almost the corner of my beach, and I'm watching these people for a good 15 minutes on that walk. They never got off their phones. It is the most perfect day on the beach in Kihei. Dead water, pure calm, glass clear, and they're on their phones for the love of I'm going, it's an addiction. It truly is.
Speaking of addiction, I mean, this is a change of subject, addiction.
Bing, bing, change subject.
How's tourism?
Slow. I have a couple of triathletes that work in the food and beverage industry in Wailea, and they were told that this is a real slow time right now. It's coming in. School just started. People are transitioning back to college.
Who tells them these stories that go with them?
Well, they know when stuff usually happens, and I've been slow.
But they get their money right at the top, and then they hope people will stay on premises. All the people off premises are going, please get out of the hotel. Come
I
to
know,
us.
Yeah. We were going to go to
It's slow.
We went by Paia Fish House there in
That's how we judge
Kihei the other day.
The lineup.
And I'm going, it's too long a line. Go to Safeway and get something to make for dinner.
When you walk up and you say, hi, it's me, and you take it out and you watch the line going on.
Yeah. So I see those lines.
You went to Safeway. You went. They have good stuff.
It's
Expensive.
food. Yeah.
What is happening? Has Safeway become the Whole Foods
No,
of the
you
islands?
absolutely.
The prices are high.
No, you absolutely have to ship. Their coupons are amazing. Their click coupons are amazing. I
You
don't
have to
buy without
your
a coupon.
gas at Safeway because you'll get a discount on your gas, and that's why they choke you on prices over here.
Well, if even
and you
if-
gotta like fine tune. You have to hit the coupon. Oh wait, gotta use my phone on the coupon.
I get
complicated.
my gas over here at Maui Oil. I have for
You do?
over 10 years.
Yeah.
I love them. My cars always run perfect. My brothers, when they were visiting,
You
were
pay
using
them cash each month, right? Or do you have a credit?
it just comes out of my account.
Yeah. All right, that's good. Well, I must
Yeah.
say, I still, I'm just amazed at the bundling. I guess we all are trying to do it. Find out how can we show value in who and what we are.
Yeah.
To bring in more. So Safeway, I guess.
Well, you've got it everything. You've got to play it. I mean, Andrew and I the other day went over. I don't know how to make ribs, okay, but our son Brian's living with. And I'm like, do you really know how to make ribs? And they had 2 pounds for $5 on $5 Friday. Brian made ribs on Friday. Oh, they were like beach bums. They were so good. And Andrew goes, that was $5 Friday deal, right? Let's go get more. We go up to Safeway, sold out, walked up to one of the ladies, and I go, any more of those ribs in the back? Oh, no, go get a rain check, and you can come in when they're back in stock. Ooh. The ribs cost me $15. That was a $42 savings.
Wow.
Yeah. So you gotta be smart with your shopping.
I didn't know they gave rain checks to things like that.
Yeah, that's what that lady told me, and I got my rain check in my wallet, and I'm like, when those ribs get back in, Brian knows how to cook them. As long as he's with us, we got ribs.
Fly Brian over again.
Yeah. No, he's going to be he's going to be a Hawaiian Airlines. I'm so proud.
I
of
was
him.
just going to say
I am so proud.
You're
of
going to
him.
be delivering Hawaiian ribs to wherever now.
I know they fly.
You're a runner.
They fly to Japan, Australia, New Zealand. I am just
Can I be a senior immediate family?
I am, Jason.
incredible.
I am beyond.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and and tomorrow's my oldest boy Tyler's birthday. And I'm so proud of him.
Can I ask how old is Tyler?
Tyler will be 38.
How can that happen when
I
you're
don't
so
know.
young?
But the cool part is he texted me the other day. He said, hey, Dad, turn on Apple. See what I did. So all the new he's in charge of all the watch division. Now he's it. And here I'm watching all this new technology come out. The new heart rhythm stuff, it's more in depth than it used to be. Following if your health problems, it'll read them for you.
How much a watch is like that now?
If you have a T-Mobile account, it'll cost you $15 a month for a couple years.
1.5.
Huh?
1.5?
No, about $15 a month. If you get
15,
zero,
1.5.
yeah, they're like $1,000, but you can get them with T-Mobile 0% interest, and you just add it to your phone bill.
So what do you find advantages that
It told me when I had what is that heart thing I had about 6 months ago?
an arrhythmia?
It's when your heart kind of jumps a beat. What is that called?
Yeah, an arrhythmia.
Yeah, my heart got out of sync, and my watch was like blinking red, going, "Check your EEG." I'm like, okay, check my EEG. Red, please. You should go see a doctor or go to the hospital. And Andrew's seeing that. He sees me looking at my watch. What's that? He says, "Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it." Then it pops up again in 5 minutes. The third time, Andrew grabs my arm and says, "No, we're going to the hospital." So yeah, I had some heart flutter thing.
Now, how do you know how accurate? I mean,
They
Kaiser sent me this fancy blood pumping machine.
yeah, they're cool.
And it comes out high, and then I go to Ariel's, I'm like, normal.
Yeah, so it actually sends a printout to my phone, and then I just click on that and send it to the doctor
And and it keeps it accurate?
perfectly. They were like, "This is perfect." And they said, "No, this is really good." And when I fall down, because I'm kind of stumbling on the beach when I'm not paying attention, and I take a stumble on the soft sand, it knows that I fell down, and says, "Are you okay, Coach?"
No. does?
It does. He says, we detected a fall. Are you okay?
We detected a
Fall. And it says, do you need assistance? I can dial 911. If you do not respond, we will call 911. If I get in a car accident, it will detect that. And if I don't respond, it will automatically call 911, call my oldest son, my daughter, and my son Brian, who's living with us now, and Andrew, obviously, first. But, yeah. Great technology. Well, it used to be my mom wore this little button around her neck at home that, you know, if you fall down or you need help, you know.
So it's gotten to that, huh?
It's gotten to that.
Can you have an Apple Watch without having it on your wrist? Not really.
I don't know if that
They don't have an Apple Watch fob like a...
No, I don't think so. That's an
Tell
interesting... Yep, I'll pass that one on to Tyler and maybe get a kickback.
I'd like the first one.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe not the first one, but that I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
But wearing it on my wrist...
Yeah, I've never seen you wear a
invasive.
watch. Yeah, I'm not a big watch person.
Well, I'm watching, and you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I like when we were walking, and we have to do that again.
Yeah.
When we're walking in the water, and you go, oh, there's my... as I said.
Yeah, the neat part is, too, now, you know, I
water.
take people out snorkeling and stuff every so often, not as often as I used to. But if I'm out in the ocean and I have a problem, I can tell it to call 911, and it will GPS locate me
That's really great.
to the Coast Guard and to 911.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep wondering whether I'd be happier with a permanent band on my thing, but then
Yeah.
I think I'm trackable.
Well,
I
then
don't
you
have
then you
any
look like a
secrets.
criminal. Oh, Jason, you're wearing your ankle bracelet.
I just don't want to
Yeah.
run out of time.
How are we doing on
We
time?
still have time.
Oh, good.
I know that I haven't spoken to you about life in a while. Things okay with you guys?
Yeah, it's we moved.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we moved from one end of the complex to the other. Now, when I walk out on the patio, there's the swimming pool. There's no busy road. There's no dust. There's no diesel fumes.
Wow.
Oh, Jason.
Congratulations.
Put the dining room table, which is a bar height dining, put it on the back patio. We eat all our meals outside now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, it's so, just 2-bedroom, 2 baths. So actually, God works in mysterious ways. But here's Brian. He's like, man, I'm just devastated. This all has happened in my life. I'm working on it. I said, okay. And we moved in a week before he got here. So we actually had a room and a bathroom, so that's worked out good.
And the pool's close.
The pool is right there. I am in the pool almost every day. I have my water polo ball. Well, it's a volleyball. And I do my underwater exercises that I've been doing forever, but now they're there. The pool's nice. The pool was 87 degrees last night.
Oh, at night. Oh.
It's a bathtub.
Can you have visitors?
Well, yeah, up till 9. You're always welcome. We've walked in my pool.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking we haven't done that in
we
a
haven't
while.
done that in a while.
Well, it's because of all those surgeries.
Oh,
and things
yeah.
I've had.
You're bionics, Jason.
Well, right now, you know what the thing that's going on is I have shortness of breath when I start walking.
See, you got to put down the bong. You can't be doing Chi-Ching Chong, lighting that bong all day
do it
long.
at the same time?
No, you can't. It's going to screw up your
Hey,
breathing.
where are we, man?
Hey, man, Jason's got these great ideas, man. He's on a radio show, but he smokes a lot of weed because Maui's just filled with it.
Well, seriously, I found, like this morning, but I've also tied it in is high blood pressure, and I'm
Oh, no.
really watching my activity and wondering, what the heck?
You need to get more activity.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I think
Yeah.
that's why I go to the gym, but the
Yeah,
gym
but
has
just
its
sitting watching the
limitations.
girls play basketball is not helping your your blood pressure.
Where's that gym? I don't know that gym. I can spend an hour there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Exercise helps, If
Well,
you
you
don't
know.
breathe, it's a muscle.
So your schedule
My
has
thought.
room. Has
Yes,
room
of course,
okay.
always.
I'm right now building these websites. I have to give a shout out to GoDaddy.
Oh yeah.
I can say this because it's radio. You suck. I started with them in May, and I wanted a managed WordPress website that I built, had some problems, got their web care. Do you know I had to pull it, and they still didn't transfer it over.
I click on
Takes
some
a
of your
week.
stuff, and I just go, what happened? Yeah.
Well, on a real estate page, you cannot have a donation and membership button.
No.
It seems like someone that's fixing that for you. Or when, you know that I put on new shows.
Right.
And it's in the back office, but it doesn't make it to the front. Isn't that a nice way to try to get sponsorship?
Yeah.
So that'll all be fixed in the next little bit here, because that's how in fact, did you know that Akaku now has, not Akaku, whoever it is, KAKU, has us paying for our spaces here.
Really?
Now, see, your really is, they said to me, well, that's been the policy. Just when COVID came, we stopped it, but actually when COVID stopped.
You've been here longer than COVID.
But I'm saying, so the new people might think of it as policy, but yeah. So when I go out there looking for donations and support, realize that even public access has a cost these days, and that's clearly because they don't have enough money.
No,
why?
There's so much competition.
Public money, you see, we take money away from. You see, with National Public Radio and everything's going away. It's like
because you can do it for
confusing
free.
time.
Yeah, you can do it for free.
Where? But not here. You do it on the internet. But that's why I say, hey, how can you charge us when you can't measure the audience and you're not promoting it?
Right.
How can anyone know about us unless we do it? So sponsorship, donors, we have a 501c3, but all the shows you can be doing donations.
Nice.
So anyway,
I kind of thought, when I first came on quite a few years ago, I was really surprised. I paid for whatever I needed to pay for to get the license to do this.
Oh yeah, you had to be a producer.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, that makes sense. Got that, and I was like, okay. I've never known, and I've done this since college. I had a call-in show in college, and I did it on KTIL radio in Tillamook, Oregon. I had call-in. Oh, that was heated. Man, I had people screaming at me.
Uh-oh.
But that was back when.
But you never had anyone charging you to give away your airtime. I mean,
no, not then. I've had bottles. I've had things thrown at us when we left. Halls where I was speaking and debating, and I know what it feels like to be threatened like that. It's really frightening.
Well, how does that relate to the?
Well, people sometimes they seem to filter out, that you're just asking questions. I went and spoke at a NARO.
Do you think that public access? I'm bringing it up because do you think public access for what you were doing? Did you have to be controversial? Did you need to try to be controversial to get audience?
No.
I don't want to fall into that trap.
That niche. And we were talking about that earlier.
Satisfaction for a sponsor.
I talked about that earlier, that when they realized in the algorithm that if you got people angry, you got more viewers. And that back in 2004, and they started the people who make money, the media stations, the people that have news talker or news readers, not reporters, news readers, they started filling them. They weren't journalists anymore. They were reading the news so that it would generate, like clickbait is today. When you flip on YouTube and you're looking around, you see these extravagant snapshots of what the video's about. And you're like, yuck, I don't want to watch that. That's my opinion. I don't click on it. But it's like, okay, so that's what generates income. And now they've known that since 2004. They were tracking everything. They got algorithms. They get immediate feedback when a newsreader says something, and they have immediate feedback that goes, that raised people watching.
So they incite.
Yeah, what did they call that? Muckraking back in that's Murdoch Mysteries. Muckrakers, they're out there, and politicians have been doing it to each other since the beginning of time. I mean, you read the Greek debates and things like that happened in the Senate back then, and it was brutal, But they'd kill each other. That was a little different back then. The days of Socrates. But yeah. But the thing is, we just, as long as we're moving the ball forward on the field, we need debate. We've lost debate. All it is on the floor of the House and the floor of the Senate is people trying to. Well, that's the only way people watch. If you actually talk about how boring it was, how boring. I mean, if you used to watch C-SPAN, that was just dead feed from the Senate and the House. It's boring. They had to make it pro wrestling. Lots of grits, screaming and yelling. They had to do that or nobody would listen. And they forgot that, guess what? We need the facts. We need to know. There's really an amazing group of scientists on one side, an amazing group of scientists on the other side on issues. We need to know we got economists on one side, we got economists on the other side, and we need to hash this out. We've lost that. Remember
Point, counterpoint.
Yes.
Isn't that what we are here?
We are, Jason.
We are a neutral zone.
Yeah,
that means
yeah.
Anything that we discuss here doesn't leave the table. No.
No, it always.
We are here to take input I think, to where we can discuss things. Like my guest for today, some people think in a controversial way, is a Republican. And that's all they think of. Oh, she's a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Republican. Then why is she working with one of the most radical left-wing guys to sculpt some legislation to move things forward?
Yeah.
Because they're in a neutral zone.
Yeah.
Ideas don't have to be politicized.
But the algorithm has got people watching.
It sure does.
They've reinforced.
And then it gets reinforced, and it's like,
over and
where
over.
is real?
And then people get angry. And then people kill people. Because they can't see. They are so convinced that reality bubble they're living in is what the whole world believes. I'm sure this shooter in Charlie Kirk's situation thinks he's a hero. I think he probably, somewhere in his mind, because we're seeing the stuff he was watching, the FBI's talked about that, he probably thinks he's a hero. I feel so sorry for his parents. His dad is a 27-year veteran of the police force there.
Oh, goodness. Yeah,
he's resigned. The family is just, who wouldn't?
Right, but then for someone to say, the Democrats, where's that?
Yeah,
What's that coming from?
I don't see it. See, my algorithm, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You're not seeing anyone say that?
No.
So who's saying it? The Democrats
somebody that you're
it?
watching. I'm watching the.
You're not
I'm
seeing
saying everything I see is usually from a mental health perspective.
What about the president? Does he count in this mixture?
He
does.
He's a front man.
Yeah, but when he says it, that's really not okay, is it? No, it isn't.
Half the things you've got to filter out that guy.
I think so.
A lot of that stuff. He's moved the ball forward on the field for us economically. He's doing a brilliant job. And he puts his foot in his mouth.
He does, and he's not a niche player, in my opinion.
No, he's playing.
Know. He's like this thing we got going on here. We have a much better idea of what to do here than he does. People report to him, but boots on the ground here in Maui see a unique situation.
So here's a question I had to answer the other day, and I didn't know the answer to, so I researched it.
Okay.
When the Department of Education took over the education system here in Hawaii, where was Hawaii ranked?
Probably near the bottom, right?
They were number one.
They were number one?
They were number one of the highest educated state.
Wow, that is a surprise. That perception, what I just gave you, I thought that the school system was lacking.
No,
here.
50 years later, we're at the bottom.
Wait. We were, and now we are.
We were number one when the Department of Education took over, and 50 years later, we're down there with New Mexico.
So we are. And
yeah,
what was the
now we're at the
proposal
bottom.
Of the Department of Education.
And you just answered your own question, because we need to do it here locally. We don't need people in some centralized part of Washington, D.C. telling us.
We've had that argument here, but the question was control of curriculum and things.
That should be with the families who have kids in the schools.
So that's what it was decided here.
Yeah.
But there's also no dollars to support it, the way the system is structured. I remember in a state back east where Department of that the paying of taxes paid other things that here they don't.
Yeah, well,
So
we
how do
have
you
a
do
lot
that?
of
How do
things
you make
paid
that
for.
transition?
Um,
Just like
it's
when
quite
they go
easy.
in with rifles and
Why?
say,
Why?
you look like you don't live in this country
What
legally.
schools?
So we're going to harass all of you guys just so we'll find the ones that aren't good.
What schools in New York
Yeah.
turn out the best educated kids?
Which one?
The Catholic schools. What schools in New York have the highest number of minorities in New York? The Catholic schools. What school in New York does it cost 1/5 to educate those kids than the public schools? The Catholic schools.
Now, what's your point?
Over administration is killing the hearts and souls of teachers who want the freedom to learn to teach. You don't go to college to become a teacher to have somebody give you a book and follow an outline. You have it in your soul. You meet teacher. If Linda Carnevale over here at Baldwin High School, I've known her pretty much my whole life. She has a passion for teaching, for teaching drama and all of that. She's brilliant. She's
Right.
brilliant. She had that in her heart when I first met her in college. And that's the kind of passion that most teachers that get into education have. But then they go, well, I've got to go and fill out these government forms. I got to get these government forms. I got to get these government forms. And then there's 2 or 3 administrators that are administrating those forms. And it's taking away. If you started on a train of thought when you're working with your students,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you got dragged out away from that.
So what do you think? So they took away the administrative monies. Is that what's happened? You feel?
Yeah.
So now
Give the money to the teachers.
But are they?
No.
There is no money to give.
Well, there's money. It's a micro amount of the budget that goes to education. Micro amount.
Okay, so let's for a second.
Let me quantify that. The amount that goes to teachers from the Department of Education for the United States, the amount that goes to teachers is 6.5%. Okay, so we're giving 94% to administration.
And expenses. That's the big question. What are they doing? Right?
For capital outlay for all that, that's 14.5%. So there, we're at 20%.
Capital outlay is only 14.5%.
Yeah. So
what's the
now
rest?
we're at 80%
So the
administrative
rest
colors.
that's
It's administration, and that's so that they can get the money to the schools. So give the money to the darn schools and get rid of the administrators. AI is going to do that. I have a prayer that AI is going to get rid of
No,
that.
but I don't think that it can do anything but that.
Yeah.
That's why people are worried about jobs.
Yeah.
Because there's so much puff and fluff.
Yeah, well, the people who got degrees, kind of like mine, unless you're a teacher or a coach,
Administration,
the arts, all those kind of things they're great degrees, but then they got a government job doing something off the wall, and now it's like, I don't know. But you know what? The jobs in the industries of building and construction. And I mean, the guys over in Lahaina, they if you can pound a nail, you're going to get $50 an hour.
Oh yeah.
The guys running these dump trucks, $800,000 a year. Owner operators.
A little bit slower. The owners of
the guys that own their own dump trucks are over here running. They're doing a blessing job, but by the time it's all said and done, because they got truck expenses, all of that, just lump that into what one truck is. Income is about $800,000 a year.
Whoa.
Those little houses up on the hill in Lahaina town, $849,000 to rehab a Home Depot delivered shack or shed and turn it into a house.
It's sickening. Well, no, it's sickening. Who's doing that?
I don't know, Jason. I've been digging. It's
talk
not an
about
easy dig
FEMA.
here.
No, but I mean...
Exactly. Well, FEMA's getting drugged through the mud right now, so hopefully we're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to see. But again, the ones that are the stuckies...
Yeah.
Stuckies,
and now California is
solutions,
experiencing the Lahaina reality is, well, I had my family living with me in the home that got burnt. Well, you can't build that. You can only build a 1-bathroom home with 1 shower and 2 bedrooms because that's what our code is. Not you can't have a house with an ohana, which you had when it burnt.
Oh, I know. It's really crazy.
Yeah, I see that.
We have less than 3 minutes left. It's amazing how we run through time.
I know. It's so much fun. Jason, I was so excited to hear your call today because I've been just missing you.
Well, I've been thinking about you, but I just see, like, I spoke to someone, they said yes. And then, wait, his wife is a doctor, too.
Ah.
And they really aren't like this. There's 2 shows. And then so, like,
Yeah.
they fill up. And I'm happy to say we have shows that people that watch them say, well, you have a lot of really interesting guests.
Yeah.
You're really talking about some important stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so
And
much a part of what we do.
Jason, everything that we do, if you're looking at this piece of paper and you tell me what color it is,
Yep.
What color is it?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. But I see this side, but it's still the same issue. So it's kind of like a Schrodinger's kind of thing.
That's really important. When we just said that, I thought, oh, we gotta tell someone.
Oh, yeah, I better talk about that.
This every third Thursday. I think it's this Thursday.
Yeah.
Upstairs at a time, 6 to 7:30. Maui's Deadly Firestorm screening. There is a screening upstairs of Maui's Deadly Firestorm. That's on PBS Frontline. You'll have seen some of that probably.
And we have a podcasting basics workshop.
What day is that one?
That's on Saturday, September 27th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. $20 are free for Akakai members.
Akaku members.
Akaku members. That's a cool one. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a real good one.
And then we have, that's with Susie.
Yeah,
Susie.
she's awesome.
And then September 20th, you can come, and if you'd like to join in, do video or radio or podcast, at where is that? In the morning, 10 to 12 on Saturday, September 20th. That's this one coming. Talk story, share, discover each other, see you might want to work on projects with others.
It's a great place to share.
We are running out of time, and it's coming right up. Look at that.
Bam.
Holy mackerel. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Scott. Pleasure, as always.
Oh.